Before we begin today, people ask me, why don't you do your recordings out with a wonderful, beautiful background of a beach or a river or things like this? And I'm like, why should I do it outside? Oh, because it looks so much nicer in the video. First of all, if you're watching this video for what it looks like, you have not understood what this is about. Second of all, by going to those places outside, not only are there obvious complications, I live in a very windy place, but it's outside for video. The transmission is never going to be as strong as doing it inside. There are reasons for this. I'm not going to go into it. But so if you are watching this video saying, why doesn't he do this with a beautiful beach? Especially if you know where I live, there are many beautiful beaches. Why doesn't he do it there? Now you know why. This is a transmission to help you raise your Kundalini Shakti energy. Not everyone is going to be able to raise their Shakti energy with this video. More importantly, raising your energy with the first time using this video is virtually, not totally, virtually impossible. Oh, but I'm the special one, I can do it. You're on the wrong path. For most people, what they can get out of this video, it can still be very powerful. It can help them on their healing journey. It is an energy healing transmission for you. Shakti energy is very healing. For those who wish to raise their Kundalini Shakti, their Kundalini energy, work is needed to be done. First of all, you must understand that this energy, whilst given freely, for you to be able to raise your Shakti with it, you must take the energy rather than simply receive it. You must also have done shadow work. So if you do manage to raise the Kundalini energy, you do not get thrown into a dark night of the soul or worse because of your ego. I talk about this on The Awakening Energy by Skeed. Go check that out. Enough said. For those that are ready to begin, for those that have done the inner work, the preparatory work, the shadow work, a touch of Shakti. Not Reiki, not life force energy, not prana. Shakti energy that flows from the root, from the Jed pillar, up the spine, to the Bindu chakra. Bindu chakra. If you don't know what that is, perhaps you're in the wrong place. You need to do some more research. It's not one of the main seven, of course. It flows to the Bindu chakra. From there, obviously, pineal crown. This is not about affirmations. This is not about imagining. This is not about visualization. Visualize the energy rising up the spine. You do that, the person who tells you that is leading you down the wrong path. They're fake, they're false, they're giving you bad information. This is not about visualization. It's not about imagining, creating images. It is about feeling. For those that just wish to receive a healing transmission, just sit back and relax and receive. Let the energy do its thing. For those that wish to work using this to raise Shakti, simply bring your attention to the Jed pillar, to Shakti coiled around the linga of Shiva, found in the coccyx, the root. Do nothing apart from hold your awareness there. If you get a reaction in the Bindu chakra, in the crown chakra, as you do this, wonderful. Is it a sign I'm awake? No. It is what it is. It's a reaction. Draw the energy, take the energy from this energy transmission. Draw it into yourself, focus it down to the Jed pillar, down to the root chakra, down to the coccyx, the root. And just keep doing that. Understand the dangers, the difficulties, everything coming along with this. Do your research. Go check out theawakenenergy.com. Go check out The Awaken Energy by Skeed on YouTube. Go do your research about all the dangers and problems and things that can arise. Understand you have to have released your fear, your desires, your ego before doing this. Understand you have to fully embody and embrace everything that's going to happen. You do not stop, you do not judge, you do not second guess. You must give yourself over to the divinity, to the Shakti. If you're not ready to do that 100%, just receive the energy healing transmission. Doing this over and over and over and over and over and over. Every day. At some point, depending on your preparation, depending on your natural abilities, depending on your level, it's as though that coil of energy, there's no snakes involved here, that's nonsense. It's a metaphor, like a snake. It's not a snake. Energy will activate. This can result in many different reactions, from profuse sweating, from a huge amount of heat within the coccyx being released. Just like any chakra or major meridian point, the heat, it's not special to the root chakra. When you open your lao gongs for the first time in the palms of your hands, you feel intense heat. So intense, it's like someone burning you with a match or a cigar or a cigarette in the center of your hand. That's what it feels like. The same will happen in the root. So profuse sweating, spontaneous kriyas, spontaneous mudras, spontaneous pranayamas. This is where the asanas, the mudras, the pranayamas, the original ones come from, with a few invented ones over the top by people trying to over-intellectualize things. When you are ready, the energy will flow up the spine. Oh, but the chakras are blocking it, blah, 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 blah. Says who? Who says the chakras block the Kundalini? Is it not the granthis, the knots, that need to be untied? The more open your chakras, the easier this will be. Of course it will. You can have physical reactions to this. The breathing changes, body temperature changes, spontaneous movements. If you have not done the healing work, or you say you have, and you kid yourself and you haven't fully done it, this will cause the release of any traumas left. I'm not saying instantaneously. This can happen for weeks and weeks and months and years until you release them. This will be no more than a healing for you until you have come back to point zero, come back home. Only then can an awakening start. Healing and awakening are not the same thing. 99%, probably higher than that, of people who talk about Kundalini awakening, especially on social media, are talking about healing, trauma, somatic release. It's wonderful, it's amazing, but that's what it is. It's not an awakening. It has nothing to do with, because a true Kundalini awakening is, as you can find within ancient Egypt, the spiritual practices that they performed in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, you really think they were talking about healing traumas? The priests and priestesses, people who studied? That was all the preparatory work they did. If you have any doubts, if you have any fear, this might not be a pleasant process for you. I explain this on the awakeningenergy.com. No, I do explain it there, but I also explain it on the Awakening Energy by Skeed, my YouTube channel. My other one of my other ones. Because you must release fear, desire, and ego, the lower three chakras. That work must be done. Any fear that remains in you, any desires to control this energy within you, any I'm stronger than this energy. I'm better than this energy ego. That's not worked on. Got rid of before this process. It will bite your bum, to say it gently. If you choose to do this and haven't done that, you are playing with matches. You will get burned. Those that have done the work, those that watch this every day, and of course you don't need to listen to me every day doing this, put some music on whilst you play the video and sit and just bring the energy from the video and your awareness to your coccyx. And you will feel one day the energy rising. Oh, it gets stuck at this chakra. Oh, it gets stuck at such and such a chakra. There's a blockage, there's a trauma. If there's a block, if there's a trauma, you shouldn't be doing this. You haven't done the healing beforehand. Go back and just receive this energy for healing. Don't focus on the coccyx. For those of you that it starts to rise and it doesn't go all the way to the bundu, it just rises partially. That doesn't mean to say there's a blockage or a trauma. Could just be a knot, a granthis that takes its time. They're in slightly different places to loosen, to open, to enable you to move higher. I encourage you to work on your dantians and your microcosmic orbit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, join me at theawakenenergy.com. I take people through this process. I teach them every single step of how to do this safely. But just because that energy stops at a particular point doesn't mean to say there's a block or a trauma. It's a bit almost like, we could say, like a thermometer. It rises to a certain point, to a certain temperature. There's no blockage in the thermometer, stop it going higher. It's simply, you need to keep working to let it go higher, to raise the temperature of the thermometer all the way to the top. Over-analysis, over-intellectualization. People who create nonsense because they do not truly understand this. Listen to them, that's what you'll get. A lack of understanding. When Shakti rises from the Jed to the Bindu, this is not a Kundalini awakening. This is Shakti rising. This is Kundalini energy. Energy means Shakti rising. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's brilliant. It's not an awakening. It's the first step. There are a few steps. If you start to get dizzy, if you start to get a ringing in your ears, a buzzing in your head, a pressure in your whole head, your forehead, all normal. Your neck feels swelling, normal. Kriyas, asanas, pranayamas, spontaneous, mudras, all normal. If you are feeling energy activations within your body, butterflies in your stomach, opening of the heart, tensing of the solar plexus, very common. Simply understand, even talking in light language or what we used to call talking in tongues, understand that that is simply the energy to the throat, not Kundalini, lower level. Nothing bad about it. Awesome stuff. But it's just healing. I say just. It's amazing, but it's healing. If you start talking in tongues, if you feel a tensing in your solar plexus, if you feel, don't rush, take your time, feel into it, go into it, enjoy the journey. Spontaneous kriyas, the movement of the body, enjoy them, they're great fun. Energy orgasms, if you connect to the sexual energy, amazing healing things. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. To fully raise the Kundalini, Shakti, you need to have gone through all of those things, or the ones that you particularly need to go through, and release them. Whilst your body is shaking like in Kundalini activation demos, this is not Kundalini, Shakti, rising. It is trauma healing, it is energy healing, it is somatic release. Great stuff, but that's what it is. Pre-Kundalini. Use this video as often as you wish. I encourage you to use this. Turn the music down. Sorry, turn the music down. Turn the volume down. Play music. Perhaps even try different types of music. Classical music, ambient music, house music, techno music, trance music. My shamanic music, another channel there for you to go and check out. These different types of music will stimulate you in slightly different ways, reusing the energy from this video. And it's interesting to experiment and enjoy the journey. See you in another video.